early because
Venison, did you ever play Tetris?
Yeah, couple times. Only
Yeah,
for a few minutes.
or some other, shall we say, PC-based game where you played it quite a bit.
Oh yeah, Queen Commander Privateer.
There you
Love
go.
that game.
See, and that develops skills for using a mouse. Unless, of course, it didn't use a mouse.
Not really. I use a joystick.
Yeah. But then that's how you get good at a joystick. Now, I suck at some of these Xbox games because I don't play them that
you
much.
got
You
to
know,
get good with the controller.
total,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh god,
So
that
total, I've
controller.
probably put in maybe 2 hours on the Xbox, but that's why I suck.
But anyways, knowing how to play solitaire is a good life-saving skill actually too, because you should always in your emergency kit keep a deck of playing cards with you, because that way if you find yourself in some sort of a life-threatening situation where there is no help anywhere to be found and no one for miles, all you need to do is deal out solitaire, start playing, and at some point within the next 5 minutes, someone's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, you know you can move that red 8 on the black 9, right?
Of course.
So
Yes.
that's why it's very important, Venison, for you to learn solitaire. Could save your life someday.
Right.
So
Or you just play it until you die, one or the other.
one or the other. But
Right.
now
This is that dark Brian blues that comes out.
yes. Oh my God, my camera's frozen. Why is my camera frozen? I need to figure out why my camera's frozen now.
So did you like that video where the guy's breaking an egg open with his?
Yeah, that was that was a video. Where did my camera go?
I didn't even get
I don't know,
on
I can
Twitter
see you.
today.
Can you see me moving?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, maybe I minimized the window and that made my capture stop capturing. That's what it is. Mortal sin cannot minimize a camera window or else the screen capture will go, well, that don't exist anymore.
So what's this huge box that's in front of you?
Oh, I've been taking up sewing. It's no, I'm kidding.
Is that your compact computer?
It's a portable
It's a
computer.
Good thing you changed that.
It's portable.
Yes.
See? It's got a
Luggable.
handle on it. It's portable. Have you
Yep, luggable.
have you ever used one of these?
Compact?
Compact portable. You ever use a compact portable?
Briefly when it first came out. It was in a store though. I mean, I didn't spend much time on it.
Oh, you
So my skills on using a compact portable is very minimal.
Minimal
so I
at
probably
best.
suck at it.
you poked at it at the store. You saw the price tag. You said, "Oh," and you moved right along.
Yeah, I didn't see the need for a computer that big and heavy that was portable.
Did they
Because I
have
figure once I get it, I'm going to put it on the desk and it won't be moving for years.
did they have better portable options back then though?
No, not really.
See, this
Radio Shack had a early TRS-80 notebook.
mm,
Kind of cool.
kind of cool.
But, let's see, what kind of software came out with it? Shit, I don't even know. Did they have anything?
I guess technically a Commodore 64 was more portable than a compact portable because you could hook it up to your TV. But I don't think it was much of a office work computer. So.
Well, now the compact portable doesn't have a battery, so it's not like you could take it to the park and
yeah.
fire it up.
No, it's basically
Unless you had a little inverter in your car
it's
and
basically
run off your car battery.
it's very limited in its portable purposes. If you need it to bring your work home with you, you could lug it to your car, throw it in the trunk, bring it into your house, set it up at a table, plug it in, and work from
And
home.
hope that nobody steals it.
And yeah, and if you need it to travel for work and you need it to bring computer with you, it would, travel with you. I suppose you'd have to check it as a checked bag. I'm not sure that's a great idea, because I'm just seeing like the suitcases come sliding down onto the conveyor belt, and one of these just kind of come crashing down and breaking into pieces. So you got yourself a speaker there.
Well, no, it's more than that.
Oh, an amp. Micro Cube.
Yeah.
Base
and
RX.
So you think this is portable?
Yeah, that's
It's
portable.
a little heavy.
It's portable. It's got a handle.
Yeah, and guess what?
What?
It has batteries, so you could just take it up to a BART station or a train station and start playing.
Well, let's shall we take a look at this? So I found out the trick to getting a working compact portable in 2020.
Yay!
The trick to getting one working compact portable in 2020 is to buy 2 non-working compact portables and hope that
Only
you have...
2. Fantastic.
Oh, I
Make
left...
sure they have different problems, right?
Right. Well, here's what happened. There was an eBay auction for a compact portable that was powering on and was booting up and was asking for a disc even when there was a disc in the drive. So what did that tell me? Working CRT, working power supply, working motherboard. These are all things that these are all good things.
So the cable from the disk drive was loose to the motherboard.
Oh,
right?
no. When you put a disc in to try to boot up, it made all kinds of horrible noises of the trying to spin up the disc and failing. So it was a bad drive.
So the bad drive.
Bad drive. And it won't try to boot to the B drive. So the B drive very well may have been good, but I don't know. I took the floppy off of my other one and put it in here. Well, actually, I moved pieces back and forth, tested a bunch of pieces. I spent hours moving things back and forth, and I ended up here. Because this case...
You realize in those older machines, so like if there were 2 disk drives in there, correct?
Yeah, although I got 1 floppy and 1 very noisy hard drive. So...
Okay, but if you had 2 floppies, okay...
Uh-huh.
So you have, A and B or whatever.
Right.
The last one on the chain has a resistor.
Okay.
That keeps it from getting the signals to bounce around.
Oh.
But it's always the last drive. That's kind of the only difference. And the cable itself does select the drive.
Okay. Well, yeah, because it's got my power cord isn't long enough.
You know why they didn't use the mechanism built in the drive, where you could just have this, move the little tab to select the drive? No, they just didn't do it that way. They just said, hey, no, we're going to use the cable to select it.
Yeah, but that works. It works.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
So when you look at a disk drive cable and you see a funky little twist in it between connectors,
right? That's to let it know.
That's to alter the drive selection between each connector.
All right, here we go. I got an extension cord under the.
And if Lulu was here, she'd be totally over here.
Oh,
whichever way.
She would be totally bored by now, and
totally bored. You're probably saying, "What are these nerds talking about?" There's the
I'm
mean
eating
me
my
coming
chicken
out
legs,
again.
so I don't even care.
I'm sorry, you what?
He's eating chicken legs.
I'm eating my chicken legs.
Chicken legs.
Chicken,
all right.
chicken,
Is
chicken
it an
legs.
Easter chicken?
Oh.
I don't know.
I forgot to put a boot disc in. But as you can see,
that would kind of help.
Well, the problem is, here's what I need to do. I need to face this so I can see it. But what I can do while doing that is
Well, can't you see what's going on in the monitor?
Not really. But what I can do is
now you only have 1 camera, correct?
Correct at the moment. Yes, correct. But you know what I have?
You get 2 cameras, so then you can switch cameras, and then you could be watching it while But then again, we're amateurs, right?
The video. Here's the thing: the video card has a composite output, and I have a composite capture device connected.
Yay. Is that the Elgato or is it a different one?
No, it's a different one. It's a StarTech. I don't hate StarTech yet, so.
Yeah. Now, do you hate the Elgato or?
Oh yeah, that thing's a piece of shit.
And are you still using it?
Kristen's borrowing that right now.
Oh, okay.
But I need to here we go. We want to configure video. We want to tell it to use the composite input. Okay. And let's bring that up. Oh, there we go. We got a nice black square.
And then my screensaver says, "Oh, it's time to be screensaving," so I can't see what you're doing.
That's okay. We're gonna bring up a black square over where Lulu normally would be, since she's not showed yet. And now, let's flip our power switch again. And oh, that's right, boot disk.
Or is it this side? Vroom.
There we go, boot disk. All right, and
I see. So it's actually only going to be on the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I still don't see that little window. So nested loops and sound. Ooh.
Yeah.
That must be it.
Can't seem to. Oh, there we go. No, well, all right. Why is my StarTech not capturing?
I see a black screen where
Lulu would be. Yeah.
Lulu would be. And of course, I really like the lag here because I, set up my thumbs to point upward. And it takes a while from those to show up.
Okay, so my StarTech's not showing me what's being captured, so I'm not sure why. It's a little finicky sometimes.
I guess, but you don't hate it yet.
Not as much as the Elgato. There we go. There we go.
Give it time.
Of course, now the problem is that the output from the composite is showing white text, whereas the built-in screen is green. So you don't get to see the lovely shades of green that I get to see. But we do have ourselves an A prompt here right now, and we could.
Sweet.
Yeah, we could go ahead and run the demo off of the disk here, and it will. That's a bat file that tells it BASIC a demo, which is basically telling BASIC to load the BASIC file for the demo, which draws out the Compaq logo there, all fancy like that, and swoop, swoop, and little registered trademark there. And
ooh, it's like it's shooting.
Yeah. Is this some fancy shit or what? And while that's all displaying and all that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the chat, because I've not been monitoring the chat yet, and see if anyone else is watching this. What's that?
So let's celebrate. What does that do?
Well, that
on the computer.
That celebrates what computers can do. While I bring up the
What does that do?
while I bring up the chat rooms. So here we go. We'll select number 2. Let's celebrate, and we got some options. And the options that we get are Space Spiders, Musical Art, The Bumblebee, or returning to the main menu. We'll start with Space Spiders, because that is silent. And Space Spiders just kind of draws some different things there. And
So you've already checked this out. Aha!
oh, I checked this out when I was like 3 years old.
That's like a professional. That's like a professional.
This
Spiders.
Space Spiders. I always thought Space
Cool.
Spiders was boring as a kid because there was no music. It's like,
Oh, you are a music guy.
where's the sound? There's no sound for that one. That one's quiet. Why not? Why didn't they put sound in?
Well, you can always add your own music.
I could. I won't, but I
So
could.
play something your favorite that might go along with this.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Now,
We need to get a little video of Venison doing a dance like I just did.
there you go.
What?
And now we're going to do the musical art. And this has got 3 segments on it. I've shown this many times. This is one of my earliest computer memories.
All right.
Now, on this next one,
By the way, I was.
pay attention to the sound when the star moves to the bottom of the screen. It's a growly,
Okay.
sliding sound. And we're going to be talking about that. That sound is driving me nuts.
Why?
Well, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So, anyways, that was something that my dad actually had managed to hold on to the compact DOS disc from the compact portable he used for his work. And even when we had bought our family computer, the Computerland computer, it would play on that because, you know, it was a PC compatible. It was basic programs that run on, you know, with a batch file that would run it off of the version of BASIC that was off the disk. So every now and then we pull that disk out, throw it in the computer, and run it. And I always noticed that little growly sliding sound sounded different on our family computer than it did on the compact portable my dad had brought home
And
years
the
before.
family's was what? IBM PC?
No, it was a Computerland BC88.
Oh, so no name. So
No,
that
Computerland.
became Dell.
No, Computerland was a chain of stores that for a while had their own brand of computers. I don't think that
Right.
lasted very
Okay.
long. So it was an 8088 PC clone.
Right. Because then they started selling Dells.
Yeah. Well, I think they sold a lot of different brand computers, but they did have their own brand at some point.
And they also sell Compaq in the early days, right?
I'm sure they did. They probably sold it all. You know, you want to buy it, they'll sell it. So, anyways, here's the thing I figured out. So, being that this demo runs off of BASIC, I can basically hit Control Scroll Lock, which is the break command, and break out into BASIC. And if I type list and hit enter, here's the code basically for this segment of the demo. Now, this is only for the Let's Celebrate segment of the demo because each time you select something from the main menu, it loads a different BASIC file, which this one is demo2.bas. And
So you'd have to break it while that song is playing to look at its code.
well, this is the code for all of the things in the Let's Celebrate menu. So it's got the Space Spiders, the Flight of the Bumblebee, the musical thing that we did. Yeah, like here you can see in the comments Space Spiders, and then that's all doing a bunch of printing things and go subbing things. So you'd have to really print this out and see what the subroutines are to try to follow it because it's not linear. But all right, so there's Flight of the Bumblebee. It draws the flower field. and we didn't watch that one, but we've watched that in the past anyways. It's still scrolling slowly. Oh, so slowly. I might be able to break out of this if I wanted to. Let's do that. Anyways, here's what I figured out. So I found the section of code that makes that growly sound. And if I type in new and hit enter, I now clear that all out. And I can do CLS to clear the screen here. And I could also do screen 2 to get smaller text to work with here. So if I do 10, actually, you know what? This is hard to read. So let's go back to screen, I think screen 0 will give us a, nope, screen 1. There we go. So let's do 10 for j equals 2 to 10, step 2. All right, you understand that line, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically we set a variable j to start to 2, and every time we do a next command, it's going to add 2 because we're stepping 2 until we get up to 10. So that's a for next loop. And now 20, we're going to do for I equals j, no, not times 30 to 1000 step j. And 30, we're going to do sound I, comma, 0.01. And 40, we're going to do next, colon, next. And what I'm going to add in here is 50, sound 0, comma, 0, because the sound command has 2 arguments. The first one being the frequency of the tone to play, the second one being duration. 0.01 suggests that be a short duration, but for some reason 0.01 is an indefinite duration until something tells it to do a different sound. Now if we did a sound I, comma, 2, it would go through all those different tones very slowly. But since we do 0.01, it's going to immediately replace the sound. It's not going to... So the speed that it goes through this is going to depend on how fast it can run the cycles of that loop. Because 0.01 basically says make that sound until another sound command comes in. So
Right.
if I don't put that line 50 in there, it's going to just hold the last tone forever until I tell it to stop. So now I'm going
Or
to
you pull the plug.
I'm going to mic the computer, and I'm going to run this. This should, in theory, sound exactly the same as the program, but it doesn't. It sounds a little different, and I can't figure out why. See, it's not quite as growly. And I've for our convenience, I've recorded those in the past. So here it is in the context of the program. And here it is in the context of just typing it out directly in BASIC and running it without
within the code of the program, this is exactly what makes the sound, correct?
Yes, this is the exact code that makes that sound. And I can't figure out...
Now, it's possible that it has other things going on
at the same time.
At the same time. Not that it's multitasking, but other things are going on within the system.
Yeah,
that
and
makes it a little different.
I can't...
It could be slightly slower. It could be...
It could be something like that. And I can't put my finger on it because it moves... The only thing it's doing is drawing graphics and making sound. And at that point... The image that's on the screen is stationary, but it is lighting up those pixels.
Just earlier today, people were talking about the TRS-80 Model 1, where, you know, the shielding for RF interference just wasn't there. So you could take an AM radio and put it near the computer, and you get these different sounds. Mm-hmm. So you had programmers that would exploit this and make these different sounds in a game. In other words, they would do it on purpose, and they figured out let's make it to do these sounds while the game is playing. Like an Astro something
Right.
or other. There was no sound on the discussion or video. It was just
Right.
talking about it. But it was kind of cool.
Um,
And it could be that you're getting the same kind of thing, although you're not having to capture it with. I don't know. You have a sound card, right?
well, this is PC speaker, so no, there's no sound card in here.
So where is the sound coming from to the speakers?
PC,
or is that just the PC speaker itself?
Yeah, a PC speaker is basically a speaker that just connects to 2 pins on the motherboard.
Right.
When you build a computer, you got to hook up the PC speaker to get your beep codes. OX.
So that's one step better than TRS-80, where there was no speaker, no nothing. You just put an AM radio in.
Nice.
Listen to the interference.
We do need to get to the chats. OX64 wrote in, "Oh shit, time to leave." yeah. Lulu is way ahead of you, OX.
Right.
Then
Nerd out.
OX64 writes in, "Load quote Twitch quote comma 8 comma 1." Is there a way to get this computer on the internet? I need to get the network interface for my Commodore, write some code to connect to Twitch chat. Warhawk writes in, yeah, Gator's already doing it. Play Amway theme. What is this thing called? Compaq. And then he writes in, "I want to hear some 80s hair metal in 8-bit MIDI." Let's see. Packard Bell 2, I guess for what Computer Land would sell. Dumb question because I don't know anything about this computer. Is that running IBM DOS and that's Basica or QBasic? Basica. And yeah, it's running DOS. Not IBM DOS. It's running Microsoft DOS. Compaq had their own. Microsoft licensed their own version of DOS to Compaq, so it was a Compaq
all this
DOS.
stuff is Microsoft background.
If we go out,
Microsoft wrote the BASIC, and they wrote the operating systems, whatever, and everybody licensed it. Hey, even the TRS-80 was using Microsoft.
Yeah.
And since it was really early, they got it really cheap.
So I went out to a command prompt and typed in ver, and it says Compaq Personal Computer MS-DOS version 2.11.
Ooh, an advanced one.
Yeah.
Because PC-DOS 2.0 was buggy.
Yeah.
There were a lot of complaining. There was, in fact, Peter Norton of Norton Antivirus. He wrote an Argos article in PC Magazine, which really made him his name, and basically said the dark side of PC-DOS 2.0.
Huh.
He was talking about all the bugs.
Now here's a funny thing, or well, not necessarily funny, but the next thing that we could do here is I'm going to turn on this window down here and cover Venison's picture, and now we have a DOS box prompt over here. I got to take this.
Bye, Venison.
No, he's still here eating his chicken legs. So we could load. Let's see. I do have GW Basic on this. And we can type in that same code. 10.
So wait a minute, which machine are you on?
This is DOSBox. And I've got it running at 300 cycles.
Just on a regular PC then?
Yeah, this is just a DOS emulator on the PC that I'm capturing the window.
Yeah.
So we'll do this again for j equals 2 to 10, step 2, 20 for I equals j times 30 to 1000, step j, 30 sound I comma 0.01, 40 next colon next, 50 sound 0 comma 0. And this is going to sound completely different from the growly sound we heard come out of this PC speaker.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost better.
Right? Well, to me, it's wrong because I always knew it to sound like.
Well, you want to hear the growly, right?
I mean,
But
this,
it's cleaner.
it's cleaner, but I don't want clean.
Yeah. Sure. No, I get that. I get that. So maybe what you need to do is to figure out, okay,
Control
how do I add-
scroll lock OX. Control scroll lock. He forgot.
So maybe you need
the sound
to
00.
introduce noise.
What's that?
Okay. And you want to do that in a place where it's not the main tone. Maybe after that noise, after the tone that you put out, and then it loops, you throw in a different tone,
You see,
and it loops, and it's changing back to the new tone that
I
you
almost
want.
feel like it should be doing two things at once, since this code by itself doesn't sound the same as the context of the program, but that's not how the sound command works. You can't make it do two things at once. And it's not, there's no way that basic program is doing something else while that nested loop is running. It gets to that point, it runs that nested loop, then it goes to the same thing. It just must be within that context running that loop differently or at a different speed or something.
So again, go over the parameters of the sound command.
Well, yeah, actually, I'm glad you asked that.
What is frequency and the other duration? Is that correct?
Right. So, for example, if you pull out the compact basic instruction manual and you look up the page for the syntax of the
reading the manual. What kind of program are you planning to be?
I have the manual. I pulled it out. I went to the page with the sound command, and it gives a sample program that you could run to demonstrate how the sound command works. And you can go tend. Sound R&D times 1000 plus 37 comma 2 20 go to 10, and if we run that, you get music.
But it's not growly.
No, it's not growly, but that demonstrates how the command works anyways.
Just take that simple program, add something in between there that changes the tone and make it very short.
Pardon me, I gotta blow my nose. Well, yeah, I you can play with that, but the thing is that it can't play two sounds at the same time.
What I'm suggesting is maybe it doesn't need to.
Okay.
Because what you're playing is so fast anyway.
Right.
You throw something in there to interfere with the pattern that you're getting.
Well, we could make it go faster. We could change the 2 to a 1, and there you go.
No, leave that as a 2, but add a second tone that's super short as you can go.
Okay, so we'll make that a 2. And then we'll make 15 sound 40 comma 0.1, and then 20 is go to 10. So that way it'll alternate between it'll add a short low frequency sound every other sound.
Yeah. You just added rhythm to it, right?
Yeah, because it basically added a little pulse to each one, so it slows it down a little bit, and it's just kind of a. Actually, we could.
So that's not really getting to the growly though.
No, it's not. Now we could make that a 0.01, and that would really.
See what happens, yeah.
We could make it a higher sound frequency. We could make that. Maybe make that like 80 comma 0.1.
Yeah, try it.
Let's I don't know. Is this boring or is this interesting?
Hey, Venison, are you awake still?
Well, what if we make the line 15 also random, but random in a lower range? So if we made 15 sound R&D times 10 plus 37, because 37 is the lowest value we can have for a sound frequency in BASIC, comma 0.5. Well, those are still so low that they don't even sound that different.
Right.
Let's make that times 100. Where's my insert key? There's my insert key. Yeah, we're getting lots of noise.
Right.
OX is getting illegal function call every time it tries to do sound 0, 0. Try to do sound 40, 0 then, maybe. Maybe your version of BASIC, because I know that if you do sound 1, that's an illegal function call. It's got to be at least 37, but for some reason, versions of BASIC I've been using are okay with 0, 0. But any duration, 0 should be a 0 duration. OX right again. It's interesting, but I missed out what you were trying to do because I was getting blasted out by a toad. I couldn't stop here. And OX right again. That going 40 worked. Yay, we're learning. We're learning BASIC. And I do think that the nested loop sliding tone, though, is a very interesting way to do that, because let's analyze that code.
Sure.
Because all right, so if we do new and clear the screen and we do 10 for j equals 2 to 10 step 2, so basically that means it's going to run this loop 5 times with j equaling 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So that's basically
Fuck a Gila monster.
And so now then within here we're going to do 20 for I equals j times 32 1000 step j. So that means that it's going to start with I equaling 60 the first time it runs and step it 2 times from 60 to 1000 the first time it runs that loop. But the next time it runs it, it's going to be 4 times 30. So it's going to start at a high, I is going to start at a higher point, and it's going to step twice as much, or at each time it's going to go through that loop faster, and that's why you get 5 sliding tones that get faster each time. And so 30,
And you'll crash 3 times in a row.
and in the sound I, comma 0.01 basically meaning until another sound command comes in. So it's going to run through all those values of I really fast, sliding up, doing the 2 steps or 4 steps or 6 steps or 8 steps or 10 steps. So it's it gets faster each time. So it's really an interesting way to code, to use nested loops and use variables within the nested loops to make variable sliding tones.
You want to do this why?
It's educational. There's the first, second run, third, fourth, fifth. Yeah. And each time it starts a little higher. Venison, you're just not into this?
That reminds me other meme I saw where it said, "Take them to the zoo." They said they'll learn something new. They said, and it showed a picture, a bunch of people staring in a glass of these two gorillas giving each other a head.
Each other? What is this, like a Gorilla 69 going on then?
Yes, exactly that.
Dang.
That's okay. This computer isn't capable of showing those kinds of videos.
Oh no.
But we can.
Super low res.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's educational.
But we can play games. so there's that. How many people had this game in their childhood? Good old school Lode Runner.
What?
You ever play this game, Brian?
Oh, it's a lot like Donkey Kong.
Without the barrels or the donkey.
Right. But I mean, you got that structure.
Yeah, you got a structure, and you got to get all the treasures, and then once you have all the treasures, you got to get up to the top, but those guys can't, you can't touch those guys. We'll do that. There we go. And we'll do that.
What did you call this again?
Lode Runner. LODE Runner.
Never heard of it.
Ah, classic game from the 80s. Anyways,
By the way, your version of the computer you're using GW Basic on,
yeah.
which computer was that?
Oh, the one that's still running BASIC right now?
That has Basic A, yeah, the GW Basic.
The GW Basic, that's DOSBox. That's just running virtual on the same machine
That's
I'm
within
streaming with.
DOSBox, right?
Right.
Is that included with DOSBox?
No, I downloaded that.
Oh, so you downloaded GW Basic?
Oh yeah. Hey, don't leave home without it. I always have GW Basic on my
that's
computers.
not included anymore, right?
No, but I always have it.
Do you is this on a Windows 10 machine?
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead.
And did you download it from the Microsoft libraries?
I've had it for so long, I don't know where I downloaded it from anymore. You know, I've just always had a copy of GW Basic and just copy it from computer to computer every time I moved computers around.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
When did they drop Basic from Windows?
Wow.
I think it was fairly early.
I mean, well,
maybe XP
at some point
or earlier.
At some point, DOS started coming with QBasic instead of GW Basic, which was cool because QBasic didn't require line numbers, and which made me feel like I was cheating if I used line numbers.
Right, you're cheating.
Right, and that's the thing. Real programming, you don't use line numbers. That's cheating. That's not how real programming is done. So you always feel like, you know, you learn how to do this thing.
It actually made the idea was to make cleaner code.
Yeah.
That didn't rely on line numbers, but it also could encourage crappier code.
Right.
Yes, it could.
Anyways, we'll go ahead and move this over to here.
I got a question for you. With GW Basic, do you know if they limit the use of if and then statements?
No, if and then is good code. That's if this, then that, else that. If then else is good code. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you have a limited number of them? Do you know?
I don't think so.
A limit to a number, what, within a program, or?
Yes.
I don't think so.
You'll have some limits on the number of lines total. But
I know about the lines. I'm talking about the statement itself.
I know, but if you do more than, it's probably 32,000 lines you can do with, which means that's the limit on your if-then statements. Of course, you can also nest them if then in the same line. So yeah, you could cheat even further.
OX64.
Yeah, but anyway,
Go ahead.
it was because I found out that TI Basic limits you to 40 of them.
Oh.
After 40, you can't use them no more.
Oh man, that's a
Which
bummer.
pissed me the hell off. Yes, it was, because I was building an AI program based on our brains. I would need about at least 10,000 of them.
So OX64 has the moral of this week's episode. So sound 37,255 at high volume gets the police called. So if you have any emergencies and you need the police to show up really fast, just pull up a basic window and there you go. And then OX64 writes in, "Sir, I pulled you over for doing 65 and a 40. Can I see your license?" Gators. "Sorry, sir, I don't have a license, but I have a copy of GW Basic."
Yeah, there you go. He's gonna go, what's wrong with this guy?
I totally have a license. I have the compact books and the floppy disk and everything. That's my license. It's not GW Basic. Oh, okay, maybe I don't have a license for GW Basic. I did at one point in time.
Does the computer come with a sticker on it that shows your license for that version of DOS?
No, I don't think so. So anyways, let's find out what the police sound command sounds like, shall we? We'll turn the fader down.
Yeah.
Because we want to be educational. All right, so let's find my DOSBox window over here. And all right, so we're going to do sound 37. Whoops. That's right, number lock isn't on. So that just moved my cursor. Sound 37. What was it? 37255. And let's do comma 0.01 to make it hold. Overflow. Oh, huh.
Whoops. Maybe it's just not implement in your in your version of Basic.
All right, so here's 30,000. And I'm getting nothing.
So there's an outfit called gwbasic.net that offers a download for Basic for Windows 7 and Windows 10.
Oh, there you go.
I just...
How much?
There we go. There's some screechy sounds.
I was just assuming free.
All right. Anyways, that's enough of that.
Thank you.
That was 10,000.
High pitch.
That was 10K.
It's 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
4.1.
Let's see. Dune saying I'll read this at sometime next week. Heat FM wants to know if I was playing Aldo. I don't. What's Aldo? Do we know what Aldo is? I was playing Load Runner. Load Runner is what I was playing. Oh, is that why you were saying Aldo before? Is that Aldo? No, that's Load Runner. I was reading the Aldo and I'm like, who's Aldo? What are they talking about? Now I get it. You're asking me if that game was Aldo. Got it. Okay. And Dune loves Christmas songs. That is true. Dune does love Christmas songs. And I think Aldo likes Christmas songs too. So, Brian, while we have Basic up, any other programming exercises or tools you can think of? I mean, we could do more fun with the sound commands. Sound R&D times 1,000, comma 0.01. Oh, we got to put a line number in front of that. And 20, go to 10. If we do that, we'll get Garble. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot to add 37. I forgot. You gotta add 37 to the R&D times 1,000, or it'll eventually hit a number that's too low.
Yeah.
There we go. Now is that musical or what?
Yeah. Sounds like a dial-up data connection.
Man, you can have fun with the sound command in BASIC. OX Renegade sounds like a ham radio mode. So, Brian, did you play much in BASIC, or you learned programming in
actually, that
something
was
else?
my first major language.
Ah,
I did a lot of stuff in BASIC in the early days.
which BASIC? GW, Basica, Commodore.
Probably Basic A.
Oh, is that what? See, I've been calling it Basica because I just read it as a word, but I guess it's Basic A.
Well,
Yeah, I
nobody
forgot
cares
my
anymore. I don't
basic.
think.
Is that a hint? I think that's a hint. I think Brian
What?
just made a
What?
hint.
A hint? What?
Yeah. Well, you said nobody cares anymore, so
Well, that was
pretty
my
much.
my nasty self, right?
it's what Canadians say.
Yes.
Basic A.
Hey.
Yeah, because there's no way I'm going to do that in C.
Wouldn't want to do one in C.
The couple of programs that I did make.
I just love that. Uh-oh. I lost sound. I lost sound from Brian, I think. I saw his mouth move. Brian, you still there? Your sound's not coming through. We can see you. Yeah, we see you waving your hands, but we don't hear you. Oh no. Oh no. Is there battery? Is there battery? I don't know. There might be battery. Is it my end? Is it Team Talk? Venison, are you there? Well, Team Talk is up because that's where you're sending the video through. Huh. Weird. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Is this like this, or is this like this, or like this, or hubba. I don't. Man, we've lost sound. This is awful. Are you sure it's not on your end? I guess I could. Oh no, we have no sound, but we have video. I've got nothing. I got nothing. No sounds coming through. Are you? So you're not frantically looking. So you seem to think it's on my end. But your face doesn't light up in the Team Talk environment when you're talking. I don't know what this is. E. E? Okay. Lead to. Are we landing airplanes? V. E. H. I. S. O. Something stinks. N. Is someone keeping track of these letters? You know there's a chat window in front of you, Brian. Just say. Oh my god. Venison. And Venison saying, yes, it's your Ed. Okay. All right. So, weird. Well, I know it's not Team Talk, so it's got to be the sound card. So, let's fiddle around with that a little bit, shall we? Let's see. If I go here, and then if I go there, and then if I disable that, and then if I enable that, and then if I come back here, and I set that back to there, maybe, No, that didn't seem to do it. All right, let's try this. Let's try that. Let's try that. Oh my God, we got sound. I should have tried that.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
What I was trying to get you to say is, can you hear Venison? And the answer was no. So we both figured out long ago that it wasn't a problem on my end.
Well.
And just as I got the pad, so I could start writing things like Daniel Radcliffe on the Colbert Show, I figured, hell, he figured out how to do technical issues.
You know,
Brian kept asking questions, and he knows you can't hear him. He's still talking to you.
I think your hand letter motions was the defining moment of this week's show, though, and I wouldn't want to deprive the viewing audience of the entertainment that provided.
Right. Trying to figure out, let's see, how do I make letters? I mean, I don't know sign language, neither do you, right?
No, I
or
don't.
Do you?
I don't know sign language, so you could assign to me. You know, you could be like that guy that they had up there that was just moving his hands around, and like no one except for deaf people knew that he was just totally faking it. Remember when that was a news story?
That was great. It's like, really? Where did you learn how to sign? Are they paying you to do that?
or do it, what was that, Saturday Night Live? Our last story tonight. Our last story tonight!
We're hard of hearing.
If you say it louder and slower, anybody can understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow!
and the joke between Colbert and Daniel Radcliffe was, hey, Radcliffe should be miming so we can understand. No, that wasn't going to work.
Well, I love that they got on the phone and they were talking through the phone in front of their cameras. And it worked. But it's like, this is TV now. People talking on the phone in front of laptop cameras.
Hey, gotta do it.
But, the thing that was funny about it is, like, Colbert was in our space where we're doing stupid stuff and look like idiots.
So let me ask you something, Brian. And I want to see if I'm doing the right thing or if I'm being silly.
You're being silly, so that already answers the question, I think.
Okay, all right.
Well, go ahead, let's try it. Try it.
All right, so this is gonna be another explanation of one of the many ways that I am silly. So once a week I leave the house to do the grocery shopping, and I don my face mask. I go into the grocery store. I gotta tell you, Monday afternoon was an awesome time to grocery shop. There was barely anyone in the grocery store.
Monday afternoon.
Yeah, today.
Oh.
It was now.
Excellent.
Now,
so what time locally for you?
It was afternoon for me. It was like I think I went like at sometime around 1 to 2 o'clock, like 2ish. I think I got there, 2:30 maybe. It was sometime between 2 and 3 o'clock. I got home around 3ish. I think I left here at like 2. I had to go ship a laptop out to someone, and the UPS store is next to the grocery store that tends to get the most meat in. And so I went there to stock up on some ground beef and some chicken and do the weekly.
UPS store gets the most meat?
The grocery store next to the UPS store gets the most
Wow,
meat.
how did I misunderstand that? No wonder it didn't make any sense.
It's because they get their meat from UPS and it's right there. Ah, you're all set. You got a mask. Okay.
And it's multiple layers.
So when you're all bringing your groceries home, are you wiping down your groceries with the Clorox wipes before you put them on the shelf and in the fridge?
Nah.
But
I mean, in fact, a friend of mine on Facebook was going into detail on, wiping everything down and blah, 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 wiping the car out and all this kind of crap. Okay.
well, I mean,
Good to be careful.
Here's the thing. Kristen and I are not infected, and we're the only two people in this house. So if we don't leave this house, we're probably not going to get the virus in the house unless someone starts breathing really heavily in our area and one of them viri just kind of floats on their way in, which is unlikely.
Which isn't going to happen.
No.
It won't go that distance.
So the only way Chris and I are going to get sick is if someone leaves the house and catches it from someone or brings something in that has viri on it. And
Right.
And so basically the weekly grocery purchases that come in are one of the most likely ways we could catch this thing. So that's why, to me, it's like, well, we have this clean environment that is uninfected. When I bring stuff in, if I just wipe everything down that comes in the house, and if I just don't touch my face while I'm out and about, and if I change my clothes after I come home. So basically, I come home, I wash my hands, I wipe down the groceries with the Clorox wipe, I change my clothes, I wash my hands again, and I consider that to be not unreasonable. Heat FM Mod wants me to tell you to put the mask on first, then headphones. Too much scratchy sound.
Take the headphones off altogether. That would have been a good idea. Yeah. Or I could have muted it.
Yeah. So
of course, then again, the host could have told me, oh, by the way, you're getting a lot of noise.
I was wrapped up in my story. I didn't care.
Right, but you could have signaled.
So you're not
miming.
Oh yeah. All right. So we got to do an N. So we're gonna spell noise. We do it like an N O I.
Of course, I could barely see it since you're so far from the camera.
It's fun to stay at the Y.
Venison. Whoa, hey, Venison. So did you learn semaphore when you were in the Navy?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Although they did have a chart that had on it, but nobody looked at it.
No, he was.
So were there individuals that were trained using it?
I guess so.
Huh.
Of course, they don't. They rarely use that, right?
Tell you the truth, all the time I was in there, I never noticed it.
Yeah. Well, you had
They
other
do
things
have-
going on.
They do have flags, okay? That they do hang on the ships, so it sends out some kind of general message. But I guess the signalman is the only one that doesn't know it.
That's interesting. You would think that they would have more people, because if you just had a guy at the side of the boat and he saw something going on, he could whip out the flags and start signaling.
There you go.
But it's like today. How many people know Morse code? If you're a ham
Exactly.
radio operator, you don't have to anymore, I don't think.
Nope.
But, it's a good way to get a message out.
Yeah. It's all good.
Although, in a situation like this, I don't think we'll be doing Morse code. People are going, what the hell are they doing?
So Brian, you're not wiping down the groceries, is what you're saying. You just bring them in, put them right on the shelf.
So I'm actually not doing the shopping.
Oh,
It's
your Asian wife.
you got it. And I believe what they're doing is you can't bring your own bags into the store now.
Right, yeah.
So they're putting stuff in paper bags.
Hmm.
Or in fact, they might just have a stack and you fill the bags up.
Well,
So the new bags probably won't be, shall we say, contaminated unless the person behind the register is coughing on them.
yeah, well, you don't know who packed those groceries, shipped them to the grocery store, unloaded the truck, put them on the
Sure.
shelves, walked by them. A lot of people have been within 6 feet of these items that you're bringing into your house. Is what I'm
This
saying.
is true, and you'll talk about vegetables and stuff like that. What the hell to do with that?
Well,
Because that stuff is open, right?
well, that's the dilemma, because now the vegetables. Here's the thing, I Googled it, and Google told me not to wash my vegetables in Clorox.
Actually, Colbert, I think it was Colbert made a joke about that.
Yeah. I didn't need Google
And
to
then
tell
it
me
says,
that, just to
"Don't
be
do that."
clear. Now, but here's the thing. I put the vegetables in the plastic bag, and normally I throw the vegetable within the plastic bag into the fridge, and then rinse the vegetable with water before preparing it to eat, and that would, rinse anything off. So I've been wiping the outside of the plastic bags down with Clorox because I don't want to put the vegetables in the fridge not in a bag, but I don't want to put this bag that's just been sitting on a spool that people grab bags off this thing all day long. So, this bag has been touched by many human hands.
Possibly.
Now, OX64 points out that it's not Clorox, but you're supposed to wash vegetables with Tide Pods. Well, actually,
And then, of course, you can eat the Tide Pods after, right?
if you
No, don't
pair
do
your
that.
vegetables with Tide Pods, that will, in essence, kill any of the viri on the way down your gullet. So there you go. Problem solved.
But there are a
Should
lot of
be the start
situations that
of
the
another
virus doesn't
problem.
last very long.
Yeah.
Like if you have UPS deliver a package, if it's out there for an hour, or you just kind of bring it in aside and set it there for an hour, the virus will be dead.
Yeah, it's funny.
You could squirt some sanitizer on it, but
Well, I had a coworker that was saying, "What is it? The virus can last for 6 hours on cardboard." And I said, "Well, do you mean cardboard or corrugated board?" And I got funny looks from everyone in the room. Clearly, these are people that never worked in the packaging industry.
right.
And I said, "No, there's a difference. Don't make that mistake when talking to the CEO of a corrugated board manufacturing company."
It was funny. I was watching CNBC, and the CEO of International Paper was on,
Mm-hmm.
and the host of the show was kept using the word cardboard, and you could see this guy squirm.
Oh,
And toward the end of the interview, was like, we call it corrugated.
cardboard is just cardstock. Is just flat, plain, just cardboard.
Lulu.
The box stuff is corrugated board, but Lulu's here.
So she must have instinctively noticed that we were not nerding out anymore.
You missed.
No, I finally woke up.
That helps.
And you're looking really orange.
That's because I don't have my my other 3 lights on in the corner. I just have my side light on.
Okay, which is kind of a orangish yellow light or something.
Yeah.
Or did you just pop out of a tanning booth?
No, I didn't just pop out of
Or
a tanning booth.
Or a spray tan.
No.
it's the lighting. The lighting's it's
No,
it's
I,
It's just the
adequate.
lighting.
It's
I threw my back out yesterday.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
try. Yeah, I
hate
threw my
that.
back out and my left shoulder out.
Wow, that must have been
And
some real
I-
hardcore titty fucking. That was no, sorry.
Dude, you have not imagined the titty fucking I've been doing. Oh my
Yes, I
God,
have.
It's been amazing. No, I threw my back out yesterday while trying to put my futon in a.
Ooh.
what is
Oops.
a upright position.
So you were lifting.
I was fucking lifting and I did it wrong.
You got to lift with the knees. You rest the
Well,
futon
you
on
try
your
lifting
knees.
with the You try lifting with your knees when you have a fucking futon that's like geared weird and your shoulders kind of.
Of course, I hate it when they tell you to lift with your knees and your knees are bad.
Yeah,
'Cause
my
then
knees
what
are
do you
bad
do?
too.
Well,
and then
So you lay on the
I lift
floor
with
and push stuff with your arms
No.
and hope that your shoulder doesn't go out.
Lulu, years ago, you taught me a trick to moving furniture.
what?
Well, you just drive down to the local Home Depot, you pick up a few guys, and you.
But we're socially
I was-
isolating, so you don't want to do that.
Oh, I guess that doesn't work anymore. I guess you can't do that.
Also, when I lift with my knees, my futon is so light that I actually lift my futon instead of like maneuvering it into place. So I'm lifting my
The whole thing. There's no way to win here.
No! So I have to like twist. And that's what happened. I threw out my back.
So
and
I
twisted.
woke up about a week ago with a lot of neck pain,
Mhm.
which means you didn't do anything. I just woke up with it.